Hi guys, welcome to my first ever plan with me. It's kind of going to be a rough one, but it gets better, I promise. So I'm using the Stars Align kit from Scribble Prints Co. And I'm also using a wiggle that I got from a grab bag. I think it might have been part of the advent or it might have just been in the shop. I'm not sure. It's one of the like matte wiggles. I am planning in the Aura Estelle A5 wide rings. I ordered my cloud during the pre-sale, so it's going to be a little bit before she gets to me, but I'm sure she's going to be beautiful. So until then, I do have the inserts that I'll be planning in. This is only my second week planning in them, so please stick with me while I kind of work out those kinks, and I will be back to do day by day. So I'm gonna get started with the day by day now. I was so focused on like trying to keep everything centered in the frame that I completely forgot to zoom in. So I'm sorry about that, and I promise it gets better. So the first thing that I put in a half box and this little Instagram sticker from Beloved by Him to mark that I posted on Instagram, a post and story that day. That's why I did like a bigger box. And then I put in a fancy label and a super cute Grin and Bear It Barry wearing his little yellow raincoat to mark that the rain had super hit this day, which is a little weird here in California right now. It was super hot and then all of a sudden rain. So the next thing I put in was a little thing, and I used an emoji holding popcorn to mark that I had been watching more tabletop this day. I'd been kind of going through all of them on YouTube because I just love watching them play games. They're so ridiculous. And then after that, I put in a squared off box and an iPad, an Apple Pencil sticker from Paper and Milk to mark that I had been designing on my iPad. And I put that box a little bit too low, so I did end up having to move it to make room for the last thing, which was a quarter box that I put in to mark that my mom and I started binge watching Grey's Anatomy this day. Y'all, we are running out of things to binge at this point, I swear. So there, I did move the box a little just to make room. So I just pulled it up and then I put the quarter box in and then I just put it back in the middle. And then I used an icon from the Wiggle, just the little TV icon, because I've been watching a lot of TV, so if I can use an icon, I do, just to save my TV stickers from totally running out. The first thing I put in on Tuesday was a fancy label, and I used a Kauai weather sticker from Jalen Paper Co. to mark the thunder this day was so crazy. Like, it was so loud, it literally woke me up. It was like shaking the house. It was crazy. So I used the kind of like grumpy rain cloud with like the lightning to mark that. After that, I moved to the bottom of the box just to make sure that I have enough room. So I'm using one of the like book labels from the kit, and then I put in the appointment label in the middle. On the appointment label, I used a timesheet or a time card sticker from Bubba Bear to mark that I mailed my timesheets this day. And then I use a like snail mail letter from Coffee Monsters Co. on that bottom box to mark that I got 2 Happy Mails this day. Moving to the bottom half of the day, got a little complicated because I wanted to do 4 things in the bottom. So I started with the little thing to mark that I watched more tabletop, and then I used a girl with this like foam finger like thumbs up to mark that, and then I put in a skinny appointment label to mark that I had therapy this day, and I used a Skype emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark therapy, since currently the Skype emojis are pretty much exactly what my therapy appointments look like. Everything is done online so that I'm still able to stay home. And then I'm going to move to the bottom of the box again, just like I said earlier, trying to make sure that I have room for everything. So I put in a quarter box down at the bottom, and then having a little bit of a struggle finding something that'll fit, but then the appointment label worked out, so I put that in. And on that one, I used this sort of like crazy emoji head from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark that I was watching Narrative Telephone, which is a show on YouTube or Twitch from Critical Role, which is like one of my favorite things, and honestly, narrative telephone is hilarious, whether you know Critical Role or not. Just you check it out, it's hilarious. And then I use a Fox and Cactus Girl playing her Switch to mark that I played my Switch that day. I was playing some Animal Crossing and some Mario Kart. Then on Wednesday, first thing I put in was the squared off box, and then I put in a half box. In the squared off box, I used a star emoji to mark that I uploaded my Instagram story highlights this day. It took me a couple of days to figure out what I wanted, but I really like the way they turned out. I think they're really cute. And then I use a checking on your friends emoji to mark that I video chat with some friends this day. I actually had 2 different video chats this day, which was awesome. I'm definitely missing my friends right now. And then I put in a quarter box with a Netflix emoji to mark watching more Grey's Anatomy. And then I put down the fancy label on the bottom, making sure that I left enough room for the appointment label in the middle. On the appointment label, I used a Joy of Planning Girl eating like chicken and french fries to mark that I had Chicken Shack for dinner, which is probably one of my favorite things to eat for dinner because I am all about that chicken wing life. And the garlic fries, I mean, come on. And then in the bottom, I used a edit emoji from the YouTube sheet to mark that I edited the first part of this video. So on Thursday, I finally remembered to zoom in and have good lighting, and I'm getting places, guys. We're improving. So the first thing I put in is one of those squared off boxes at the top and a quarter box on the bottom. And then I put a little thing through the middle, just really trying to work on my spacing because I'm still trying to get used to this planner or these inserts, however you want to look at it. So in the top box, I use a Luna sticker from Jalen Paper Co. She is way too cute. I use that to mark my chic kawaii order, which I'm super excited about. My sister found their shop on Etsy and I just had to order. Then I used an emoji watching TV to mark more tabletop. And then the last thing there is a kawaii toilet from Jalen Paper Co. to mark that shockingly I had an upset stomach again. This is a pretty common occurrence. Then on the bottom I put in a half box. Welcome to my struggle with cat hair being stuck to all my boxes. So I put in that half box at the top, and then I moved down to the bottom of the box to put in an appointment label. I left a lot of room in between because I wanted to use a Pigeon Paper Co. sticker of the little bear in all the little Amazon packages. I only got one package this day, but still, he's way too cute and I had to use it. But it's a bigger sticker, so I wanted to leave enough room. So I put that on there. That was the day that I had my light delivered so that my videos aren't super dark. And then I just used a mini TV icon from the kit to mark watching more Grey's Anatomy that night. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I put in was an appointment label to mark that I discovered that I could watch all of Sergeant Frog on Funimation this day, and I was super excited. If you've never heard of Sergeant Frog, which, to be fair, most people haven't, it is like the most ridiculous anime ever, but I love it, so I was super excited. It's kind of hard to find, so that was exciting. So I put that in first. And then I put the box label or reading label, however you want to look at it, down at the bottom. Again, for spacing, you get me. And I put a quarter box in the middle. In that quarter box, I used a film emoji from the YouTube sheet to mark filming and editing this day. And then I used the grocery cart icon from the Wiggle to mark that we had Instacart delivery this day. That's how we get our groceries. And the icon didn't totally cover the book, but it kind of ended up framing the icon, so I let it happen. Moving on, I put in a quarter box to mark uploading an Insta story this day, and I used a Sailor Moon deco piece, a little star locket from Untitled Paper Co. to mark that. I put a fancy label at the bottom just to make sure that this squared off box was going to fit in the middle, and I used that box with a little dinosaur sticker from Sprinkled Pug to mark that I was in a lot of pain this day. My hips were really bothering me and my back was really hurting. It was just all around not good. And then in the fancy label on the bottom, I used an emoji with kind of making it rain to mark that I paid back my friend for our Vegas trip from last year. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I did was this hack that I got from Andrea of Scribble Prints Co. So I cut this half box and then I put the bottom down first, and then I kind of remade a box that would work with the amount of space that I had, and then I moved on with the rest of the box. So I put in an appointment label on the top and then a quarter box in the middle. On the top I used a paper and milk sticker with a little cat on its head to mark that my cats woke me up at 5 a.m. because apparently that's a great time to wrestle for no reason. In the quarter box I used an emoji watching TV to mark watching Sergeant Frog, and then, I'm sorry this is out of frame, but I used a Bubba Bear playing Switch sticker to mark that I played some Animal Crossing. And then I completely forgot to move my planner, so you totally can't see what I'm doing right now. It's rough, you guys, I told you. But what I am doing is putting in a half box at the top. Oh, there we go. And then I put in a little thing at the bottom, putting that appointment label in the middle. In the half box, I use a Joy of Planning shower girl to mark that I took a super long shower this day. It was glorious, felt amazing. And then I used the stethoscope icon from The Wiggle to mark watching Grey's Anatomy just because I thought it was funny. And then on the little thing on the bottom, I used the It's Been 84 Years munchkin from Once More With Love because it felt like it had been 84 years since I'd gotten a decent night's sleep. Finally, on Sunday, for some reason I started at the bottom of the box. I guess I was just, feeling crazy. So I put in a label on the bottom, and then I put the skinny appointment label on the top so that I have room for this half box in the middle. On the top I used a Beloved by M Girl holding a phone to mark that I bought hair dye because I'm bored and stuck at home, so why not dye my hair a weird color? And then I used a spooky cup from Grumpy Bear to mark that we had Jamba Juice and bagels this day. It wasn't super spooky, but I felt like it looked really cute with this kit. And then I used a little pill bottle from Fluffy Maru to mark that I organized my pills this day. Hey, I remembered to move my planner this time, guys. So I'm doing that hack again. I just cut the bottom of the half box and then line up the top to make my own little kind of quarter box. That one turned out really well, like you can't even tell. It's legit. And then I'm gonna put a little thing up at the top, and then I'm actually gonna do one more of the little hack boxes in the middle because I super ran out of boxes for these last couple of days, so I was kind of squeaking in, making it work. So on the little thing, I used a iPad and Apple Pencil doodle from Paper and Milk to mark that I was doing some art on my iPad this day. Then I used a chocolate chip cookie emoji to mark that we made cookies this day. Fresh cookies are the best. And then in the bottom box, which unfortunately got cut off, I used an unplug emoji to mark that I was pre-planning this night. So here is my final spread. all decoed and filled out. I love the way this spread turned out. I love being able to use deco again, like, so much. So hopefully you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.